Good morning. Today, we're waking up to a landmark moment in the world of technology and the internet, a decision that could reshape how we interact with the digital world every single day. A major decision has just come down in a case that could change the way we all use the internet. For years, the question of how much power one company should have over our online lives has been debated in courtrooms and living rooms alike. On September 2nd, 2025, a federal judge in Washington, D.C., delivered a verdict in the government's antitrust lawsuit against Google. This case has been closely watched by tech insiders, legal experts, and everyday users around the world. The U.S. government accused Google of illegally protecting its monopoly over online search, even pushing for a breakup of the company. The stakes were enormous, not just for Google but for the entire tech industry and the billions of people who rely on search engines every day. But Judge Amit Mehta ruled that Google will not have to sell Chrome or Android, a huge relief for the company and big tech. The threat of breaking up one of the world's most influential companies has been avoided, at least for now. Instead, the judge found Google had acted illegally to protect its dominance and ordered a different remedy. This means Google's business practices were found to cross the line, but the solution isn't to tear the company apart. Google must now share some of its valuable search data with rivals. This is a significant move, as Google's data is the secret sauce that has kept it ahead of the competition for so long. The goal: give smaller search engines like DuckDuckGo and Bing a better chance to compete. By opening up access to this data, these companies can improve their own search results and offer users real alternatives. This ruling sets a new precedent for handling powerful tech companies, avoiding a breakup but still leveling the playing field. Regulators hope this approach will encourage more innovation and competition, without the chaos of dismantling a tech giant. The judge also banned Google from signing exclusive contracts that made its search engine the only option on many devices. This means that when you pick up a new phone or tablet, you might see more search engine choices than ever before. Now, companies like Apple and Samsung can offer more search engine choices to their customers. This could lead to a more diverse and competitive marketplace, giving users more control over their online experience. For years, Google's dominance has meant that most people never even considered alternatives. But with these new rules, the search landscape could shift dramatically, and we may see new players rise to challenge the status quo. It's a complex decision with long-lasting effects on Google, its competitors, and all of us who use these services. The ripple effects will be felt not just in Silicon Valley, but in homes, schools, and businesses everywhere. The tech industry just got a major shakeup. Companies are already strategizing about how to adapt, and investors are watching closely to see what happens next. The way we search online may never be the same. As new options emerge and competition heats up, users could benefit from better privacy, more features, and improved results. Stay tuned as we unpack what this means for the future. The story of Google, search, and the internet is far from over, and the next chapter is just beginning. Why didn't the judge break up Google? This was the question on everyone's mind as the landmark antitrust case reached its conclusion. Many expected a dramatic outcome, perhaps even the forced sale of Chrome or Android. But the judge took a different path, one that surprised some observers and reassured others. Judge Mehta explained that forcing Google to sell Chrome or Android would disrupt millions of users and businesses. These products aren't just popular, they're essential tools for daily life, relied on by people and companies around the world. A breakup could have caused confusion, technical issues, and even economic harm. Chrome and Android are deeply intertwined, forming a complex ecosystem that works well for consumers. They power everything from web browsing to mobile apps, and their integration makes devices faster, more secure, and easier to use. Splitting them apart would have ripple effects far beyond Google itself. The judge wanted to boost competition in search, not punish Google by dismantling its most successful products. His focus was on creating a fairer playing field, not on tearing down what works for millions of people. He believed a forced breakup was too extreme and might not even solve the core issue. In fact, it could have made things worse by introducing new problems without guaranteeing more competition. Instead, he targeted Google's contracts and data practices, the real sources of its illegal monopoly. By addressing these behind-the-scenes tactics, the judge aimed to remove the barriers that kept rivals out of the market. The goal? Open the door for competitors without causing chaos for users or businesses. This approach encourages innovation and gives other companies a fair shot, while keeping the tech ecosystem stable. This measured approach lets Google keep its key assets, even after being found guilty of maintaining a monopoly. It's a way to hold the company accountable without risking widespread disruption. It's a careful balance between punishment and practicality. The judge weighed the potential consequences and chose a solution that aims to protect both consumers and the market. The judge's remedy is about fixing the market, not breaking it. By changing the rules, he hopes to encourage real competition and prevent future abuses of power. That's why Google remains whole, but under new rules. The company must now adapt to a more open and competitive landscape, while users and businesses benefit from greater choice and fairness. A surprising twist in this case: artificial intelligence. Judge Mehta cited the rise of AI chatbots like ChatGPT as a major reason for his decision. These tools are changing how people find information, posing a new kind of competition for Google. AI platforms like OpenAI are innovating fast, offering alternatives to traditional search. The judge saw this as a sign that Google's dominance could be challenged by technology, not just regulation. With AI reshaping the digital landscape, a breakup seemed less necessary. The future of search may be conversational, not just keyword-based. The judge's forward-looking view shows how quickly tech and competition can evolve. At the center of this landmark ruling is a powerful mandate. Google must now share anonymized search data with its competitors. This is a significant shift in how the tech giant operates, and it could reshape the entire search engine landscape. For smaller search engines and up-and-coming tech companies, access to this kind of data is a game changer. It allows them to refine their algorithms, improve the relevance of their search results, and finally compete on a more level playing field with Google's enormous scale and resources. Google's dominance has always stemmed from its vast, ever-growing trove of user data. Every search, every click, every query feeds into its powerful machine learning systems, making its search engine smarter and more effective with each passing day. The judge's order is designed to disrupt this self-reinforcing cycle. By giving competitors access to anonymized data, the hope is that they can develop their own innovative features, improve their products, and offer real alternatives to Google's search. In addition, Google is now prohibited from entering into exclusive agreements for its search services. These deals previously locked out competitors and limited consumer choice. Now, companies like Apple and other device makers can present users with a genuine choice of search engines when they set up their devices, rather than defaulting to Google. This combination of open data access and the end of exclusivity is intended to foster true competition, giving consumers more meaningful options and encouraging all search providers to up their game. For Google, this means the company must now work harder to keep its users. It can no longer rely solely on being the default choice. Instead, it must continue to innovate and improve to maintain its leadership. The ultimate hope is that these changes will spark more innovation, enhance privacy protections, and create a healthier, more dynamic internet ecosystem that benefits everyone, users, businesses, and society at large. It's a bold and unprecedented experiment, aiming to fix a market that many believe has been broken for years. The world will be watching closely to see if this new approach can truly deliver on its promise of fairer competition and better choices for everyone. Google called the ruling a victory, relieved it didn't have to sell Chrome or Android. The company's stock soared, but there's a catch. Google must share its search data, raising privacy and security concerns. Google announced plans to appeal, arguing the data sharing order could harm users and its products. The appeal process could delay these changes for years. Google won the fight to stay whole, but lost exclusive control over its data and contracts. The company now faces more scrutiny and must help its rivals. The legal battle isn't over. Google is gearing up for a long fight. The rules of the game have changed, and Google must adapt. The Department of Justice called the order a step toward restoring competition in online search. The ban on exclusive contracts was a key win, but the DOJ wanted a full breakup and may appeal for tougher penalties. Google's competitors, like DuckDuckGo, argued the ruling doesn't go far enough to address Google's dominance. Ending exclusive deals helps, but Google's power and brand recognition remain huge hurdles for smaller players. Tech analysts say the ruling is good news for big tech. Courts are reluctant to break up large companies. Apple, meanwhile, stands to benefit. It can now auction off the default search spot, forcing Google to pay more. The verdict is a mixed bag. Some see progress, others see missed opportunities. The fight for a fairer market continues. The ripple effects will be felt across the tech industry. This ruling sends a message to all of big tech: breakups are unlikely, but new rules are coming. Regulators worldwide may use this case as a blueprint to open up closed ecosystems. For everyday users, changes will be gradual. Google Search and Chrome will still work, but you'll see more choices. Setting up a new device may prompt you to pick your default search engine. More competition could mean better products, features, and privacy. Google will have to work harder to keep your loyalty. The goal: move from one company dominating information access to a world of diversity and innovation. The real test is whether this creates a better internet for everyone. The future of online choice starts now. The legal battle isn't over. Google is appealing, and the process could take years. The Court of Appeals will review the decision, and the DOJ may push for even tougher penalties. Until appeals are resolved, key changes like data sharing may be on hold. Google faces more antitrust trials, including one over its dominance in online advertising. The company is also appealing a recent loss in the Epic Games case over its Play Store. Google is fighting high-stakes legal battles on multiple fronts. This ruling is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Governments and competitors worldwide are challenging big tech's power. The outcome will shape the digital landscape for years to come. We'll be following every twist as the story unfolds. This historic ruling marks a turning point for the internet. The judge chose managed competition over a forced breakup, keeping Chrome and Android intact. But the era of unchecked dominance is over. Data sharing and open contracts are now the law. The decision gives competitors a fighting chance and users more choice. The impact will unfold slowly, but the potential for a different future is real. Choosing your search engine may soon be standard, forcing companies to earn your loyalty. This case is about more than Google. It's about the future of information access. The judge's decision aims to fix what's broken while preserving what works. The legal battles aren't over, but the digital map has changed. For the first time in years, users have real power to choose, and that's a change worth watching.